Hey guys, what's good, and welcome back to my channel again for a new type of video. For those of you that are new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Erin, and if you guys are returners here, thank you guys for coming back and supporting me. And let's just go ahead and hop right on into this video. So for this week's video, I kind of wanted to try out something new and something that I've never really done before. Late last week, I decided to hop onto my Instagram stories and conduct a bunch of different polls where I pulled out some scrap yarn that I had and let you guys choose what colors I would make and what top I would make for this kind of random scrap yarn video. As you guys can probably see behind me, here I have my huge bag of all my leftover colorful scrap yarn from previous projects. A lot of these yarns came from that video way back where I made a granny square skirt. And now I'm kind of left over with about 100 balls of yarn that I need to put to good use. But yeah, I thought it'd be pretty fun to kind of interact with you guys a little bit more and get you guys involved in what I'm doing and kind of my next projects. And here I go rambling again. But anyways, thank you guys so much for participating in my subscribers pick my scrap yarn project. And let's hop into it right now. Okay, so to begin this project, I wasn't sure what shirt I should be making, and I kind of didn't want to make that decision on my own, so I'd let you guys pick between two different style tops. Of course, the very first top option that I gave you guys is that off-shoulder crop top that I think I featured in my everything that I made in June video. And the second top option that I gave you guys is that square halter neck crop top that I made months and months back. And of course, I already knew it. You guys ended up going with the off-shoulder crop top. So I have my work cut out for me. All right, so now we're getting into the color selections. The first two colors that I let you pick from was between lime green and orange, and thank God you guys went with the lime green. The next two options that I let you guys pick from were between the lilac shade and this bright blue color. And again, thank you guys for going with the beautiful lilac shade. I have so much of this left, so thankfully I get to use it up now. For the third color choice, I let you guys pick between a nice bubblegum pink and a bright red. And surprisingly, the pink won by an absolute landslide, so I get to use pink again. And for the very last option, I let you guys pick between this aqua color and a bright minty shade. And surprisingly, this mint color won out by just a hair. So yeah, this is the color palette that I have to work with right now. It's looking a little bit like Easter. So I think I'm gonna have to throw in maybe a white shade to kind of break all of this up, or maybe a black shade. I'm not too sure yet, but I feel like if I leave it with just these four shades, I'm gonna look like an Easter egg hunt. So I'm honestly very surprised that none of my darker shades or more vibrant shades were chosen. You guys really went for like a pastel theme here. You guys okay? And thankfully all four of these shades are a worsted weight yarn. So I believe I'm gonna work with a 5.0 millimeter hook. Okay guys, I'm back again, and I've kind of just shifted over to like my little workplace station, which makes it easier for me to kind of work. I've got a desk, I've got my Netflix up, and I think to begin this crop top, I'm actually gonna start with this nice bright lime green shade. Also, I'm just using this lime green shade because I have so much of the skein left over compared to the other three. And like I said, because I have such a pastel palette in front of me, I've picked up a nice bright white. I'm not sure how much I'll be using in this top, but I just want to be able to break up all of those pastel colors in case it becomes too much. And pretty much the method that I've been using for my off-shoulder tops lately is to begin by making a foundation chain. So instead of creating a super long chain by just making regular chains, I'm actually going to use a foundation chain. And the main reason why I like to use the foundation chain is because when I have to connect this in the round, when you have a regular chain, it becomes really hard to see if you've twisted your work.
And then once you've connected it and you start working extra stitches and you realize your work is twisted, you have to frog the whole thing, undo the whole thing.
So for me, it's kind of just a safer bet to use a foundation chain. So yeah, anyways, after 10 minutes of rambling, I'm gonna begin with a half double crochet foundation chain. All right, so I've worked a few more of these stitches. You can kind of see that foundation chain coming together. Also, another pro of using foundation chain instead of just a regular chain is that it has a lot more stretch to it. So right here, I have about 15 or so half double crochets, and my goal with this chain is to just keep on adding onto it until the chain is long enough to wrap around the lower part of my shoulder. Okay, so I think I've made the chain just long enough. And again, keep in mind that when you make your chain, yarn stretches. So even though it fits nice and loose around your shoulders right now, when you wear the top a few times, it might stretch out. So I always like to make my starting chain nice and tight, considering I know I'm gonna wear it to death. And for those of you who are trying to make this top and you kind of identify as my body size, I believe this entire chain is about 84 half double crochets. So you guys see now that I have like a first row finished, I can really easily tell if my work has twisted. So I'm just making sure that it's nice and straight. And now I'm gonna go back into my very first chain 2 space and just slip stitch them together. Perfect, now I'm working in the round, which is exactly what I want. And I think I'm gonna work about halfway through this next row in my round before I change out colors. Don't even know what it's gonna be yet. And I think for the rest of this top, I'm actually going to be using a new stitch that I learned a few weeks ago. I think it's called the extended half double crochet, but I think using the extended half double crochet is going to help me build upon my work a little bit faster. And I know it's kind of hard for me to show you how to do this stitch in this type of view, but just try to imagine what I'm saying as I'm working the piece. Just like a double crochet, I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook into the stitch, pull up a loop. With 3 on, I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1. So I should still have 3 on that hook. And then again, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. To show you one more time, I'm going to insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through all 3. So the interesting thing about the extended half double crochet is it's kind of like having a regular half double crochet, but underneath that half double you have like a single crochet. Okay, so I've worked about half of the row with that extended half double crochet, and before I complete the second row, I think I want to switch out my colors. So to show you guys how I'm going to do this switching color technique for this scrap yarn top, I'm actually going to do it an old school way, and I'm going to join all my new colors of yarn together. I don't want to have a bunch of ends that I need to sew in, and at the same time I want the top to be really secure, especially if I want to be stretching it out and wearing it a lot. So I've gone ahead and cut to my end, and my little trick with joining yarn is that I'm going to take my first shade and tie a knot over here, and after I finish that, I'm going to take my green shade and tie a knot to the blue. So I should have 2 separate knots when I'm done. I'll show you in a second. To tie an old school knot. So there's my first one. There's my second knot. And now, this is like my favorite part of joining yarn. I'm gonna tug on the 2 ends. You're gonna end up with a crap ton of these little scrap ends. So bless your heart. And now I'm coming up to that minty color. And I can just keep on working through. This is what the project is gonna look like when you continue to add on new colors of scrap yarn. So this is what I have so far. I'm just going to continue to work in the round, and wherever I feel like changing out my colors, I will do so. Sometimes I think I might work an entire row with one color, and sometimes I think I might just work a few inches and then change out my color again. Kind of just wherever the yarn takes me, you know?
If you want to be with me, you're with me.
Okay. I just needed to see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya.
All right, so I'm back, and it's actually been a couple days since I've picked up this top. So let me just catch you up on what I have so far. A few days ago, I was live streaming on Twitch, and this is the top that I was working on at that time. I had you guys kind of help me decide where to change up colors and how I was gonna do this. But if you guys happen to watch that live stream, you're probably aware of my worry with this top, which is the fact that I look like a big old Easter egg. I'm doing my best with what I can, but what y'all gave me was a big pile of pastel. So again, like I said earlier, I threw in a little bit of white yarn to kind of break up all of these pastel colors that I have. And if you're looking at my project right now and you're like, what the hell are these like little dangly pieces right here? Don't worry, it's going to become the body portion of my top. And I'm pretty sure that I mentioned this earlier, but the beautiful thing about whipping up this top is that the entire thing is just done in the round. So there's no panels that I have to sew together. It's really just kind of done all in one go. But anyways, at this point, I need to just continue to crochet in the round. And pretty much the only step that I have left is to just keep on adding rows in whatever color and order that I want. But I think the way that I'm planning to work the rest of this top is to stick more with this green, blue, and white palette and incorporate as little of the lavender and pink as I possibly can. But I was kind of thinking that since I already have a handful of these off-shoulder tops that I've made for myself, that I might just give this top away once I'm done with this video. So yeah, I'm thinking that I might just do a quick little giveaway with this top. I hope one of you guys out there will get some good use out of it and you really enjoy this color palette that I'm working with, because I have so many other things to do and I still have some orders to catch up on. I need to get this bad boy done in like the next day. So commence the time lapse.
Too many guys think I'm a concept, or I complete them, or I'm gonna make them alive.
I just needed to see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya, see ya.
Hey guys, so I have actually finished up making the top, and before I do the big grand reveal, I pretty much need to do a massive glow up. I'm on my period right now. I'm breaking out. I look pretty rough. So I'm actually on my way right now to get my first haircut and color in like 2-3 years. So yeah, I'm gonna get my hair done. I'll come back on here, get on some makeup, and then I'll show you guys the beautiful top. Hey guys, I'm back and I finally got my hair all done and I'm feeling like a brand new woman. And I got to throw on some makeup because, as you guys saw earlier, I was breaking out pretty bad. But if you guys couldn't see, I have the top thrown on and it's actually really cute. Let me stand up and show you guys. But this is the cute little outfit that I'm working with right now. I kind of just found a very flowy boho cream type of skirt because I didn't feel like too many things could really go with this top other than like a pair of jeans or like all black or all white bottoms. So I went ahead and threw on this skirt, but I'm actually really happy with the outcome of this top. I know it was kind of bugging me in the beginning how I looked so pastel and like Easter egg like, and I'm super happy that I ended up choosing an extra white yarn to throw in with all of these colors. I think it really helps to break up the bright, bold pastel shades and just kind of give it more of a relaxed scrap yarn look. Yeah, because I think if I hadn't have thrown any white yarn in there at all, this would be a very bright and vibrant top, and I don't think I would actually have the courage to rock it at that point. But thankfully, again, with having this white yarn mixed in, you can pair it with stuff that has white in it, I honestly would even pair this with some black shorts. But yeah, like I said, depending on the type of feedback that I get down below, hopefully like in the comments, I might be able to choose someone to just kind of ship this out to as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another kind of crochet with me type of video. Let me know if you guys liked this top down in the comments. And considering that you guys already saw the entire bag of bright, vibrant scrap yarns that I still have left over, I'm thinking of adding this type of scrappy top onto my online website. And in case you guys are interested in having me make you an off-shoulder crop top in any of the colors that you saw earlier, yeah, feel free to place an order with me or contact me. I can do it all. Anything is possible. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys again so much for tuning in and just kind of hanging around with me. And you know, I've got a ton of videos planned coming out very, very soon. So just stay tuned and I'll be seeing you in a few days. Bye.